Hey, what's up and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about our need to reshape how we think and approach SEO. Google search continues to evolve beyond those familiar blue links. SERP features and new search experiences are changing how users interact with search, and this shift has major implications for any business looking to be found on Google. For years, SEOs have been focused on earning higher rankings within those coveted blue links. But as Google has continued to evolve the search results and place more in different SERP features, it's changed not just how we approach SEO, but also how users engage with search. We see things like AI overviews, product listings, merchant details, and a ton of other rich snippets and rich features that are owning that valuable SERP space. So if we want to stay visible, we have to start thinking differently about what it takes to rank, and honestly, even what ranking means. Google continues to make changes, so we have to adapt. And many sites are seeing major drops in traffic. Traditional rank trackers aren't even really that helpful because you can be in position 1 or 2 in the organic listings, but be underneath the fold. So today we have to optimize for a more immersive search experience. We have to begin with the intent. We have to understand why people are making the search and really what their end goal is. We can't be focused on earning rank or getting more visibility through those traditional metrics. We have to talk about how do we solve the user's problems? How do we structure our site and our content in a way that is actually going to be able to meet them where they are in that search journey and structure it and add in that other information, structured data, content formatting, and even the content, the words themselves that are focused on the end user's goals in a way that's going to make sure that we can possibly not just get the blue links, but maybe one of these AI overviews, featured snippets, people also ask, and a whole lot more. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some different intents, some different types of queries. And we're going to look at what users are trying to accomplish, the types of SERP features that we're seeing, and maybe some of the things we can do to better position our businesses in order to get that visibility we're looking for. Now, the first intent we're going to look at is informational. And when it comes to informational intent, users want quick answers or resources. So in this case, you're going to see a number of different types of search results. And this is more often or not when you're going to see those AI overviews. But sometimes you'll see the featured snippets, sometimes it's Reddit threads, sometimes it's questions and videos. You really got to look at each query to understand what you need to target. So the first one we're looking at is a question related to SEO. What are internal and external links? As we look at the top here, it's got an AI overview. And in this section, we can actually open it up to see a little bit more about the answer and get a very clear answer right away. It's going to give us some citations now of where Google is pulling this information. We can click Show All to see any other sources that they may be using as they're trying to help the user understand the answer to this question. Now, all of this is showing above my fold. If I scroll down a little bit, I'm going to see the first blue link. But that's smashed between the AI overview and people also asked. I'm even seeing the knowledge graph in a knowledge panel on the side here with information from Wikipedia, as well as a number of different image options. So for a user coming in, they may not even need to click into these sites. They're getting their answer relatively quickly. The first organic listing is just above the fold. The second is way below the fold. And you've got some pretty good sites here like Moz. And then look, this video that we did used to drive a ton of traffic, still get good traffic on YouTube, but we're not getting as much traffic as we used to get from organic because you have to scroll all the way down. Luckily, we are able to still get some search visibility with this video. As I continue to scroll, you'll see something a little bit more traditional. But let's say my site right here, right? We're ranking on the first page. That used to be a really good thing. Today, we're not getting as much traffic from a query like this because the answer is already given up front. If people want to dig deeper, they may start to maybe click into some of these other questions or browse the sites. But if they're just looking for the quick answer, this is a zero-click search, where in the past, it may have actually generated some traffic. So let's take another one. This is a little bit more commercial as far as like looking at IT vendors, but it's still, they're looking for information. And Google knows that. That's why they're presenting this AI overview. So in this case, they're showing something pretty interesting. It's actually a list of companies with even showing these company logos. You can see where they're pulling these lists. So these listicles here. Now, Let me back out of this just a little bit and you'll see another SERP feature, which is just a bunch of products or company names, right? So here we've got an AI overview. We've got lots of listicles that are feeding into this. Then we've got the top tech vendors, the widget here, which is really just like a company knowledge panel, knowledge graph type setting with quite a few different brands and their logos. Then we got the ads. And then we've got this channel insider, top tech vendors powering modern enterprise. Now, if I go over here, these guys aren't number one, but they are number one in organic, as you can see. And I've got to scroll below the fold. And again, we've got people also asked. Then we've got number two. And now we've got another SERP feature. This is discussion in forums. So these guys down here, Design Rush, they're number 3 organically, but they're more than halfway down the page. So again, if I'm trying to track visibility, our traditional SEO metrics will go, hey, I'm ranking 3. This is good. But I'm pretty much invisible at this time, this part of the page. People are going to be able to do a lot of research, and I guarantee you the user's probably going to dig deeper just looking at the results here. So they're not going to need to scroll all the way down to these pages. As an SEO, if I was targeting this term, I'd have to think differently about where I want to rank. I definitely want to be involved in this list here. If my company is an IT company, I want to start seeing what kind of information is being pulled in here. It looks like it's listicle, so I need to reach out to these companies and see what it takes to get me involved in this. I need to make sure that I've got good business structure data, that my knowledge panel is up to date, that my information is available within the knowledge graph on Google so it can be pulled in here, that I've got the logo and all that information. You know, I can click on these, you'll see IBM, and then where are they pulling this as the resources? These are other areas that I might want to be involved in. Microsoft, same place, right? This is being pulled from Wikipedia. SAP being pulled from Wikipedia. So this is an amalgamation of the knowledge graph, of listicle sites, of data across the web, all being pushed into this really dynamic search experience that wouldn't be available just a few months ago. So if you're seeing drops in traffic and this is something that you're looking for, or an area that you're in, look for these type of SERP features and see if your company is missing out. So one more is going to be iPhones or Androids, right? Which one's better? Now, again, we're also starting to bridge over a little bit into a commercial type query here, but it's got a mixed intent. It's both commercial and informational. Again, we've got an AI overview. Google's pulling information from YouTube. So again, this is that multimodal stuff that we saw just a few years ago. It's Google is expanding what they can do with their large language models, their deep learning and understanding, where they can actually get contextual information and an understanding from a video and then display it within the text in the search result. So here you go, pulling in some of that information. And again, we can drop down, look at all these different features that they're actually looking in. They're customizing this for the user's experience, right? Here's the different things you might consider between an Android phone or an Apple device. Below that, we've got a featured snippet. So these are 2 SERP features. Below that, we've got a people also asked for. And then Forbes. I bet Forbes has lost a lot of traffic by being pushed down here because people no longer need to visit their article, even though it's mentioned up here. The reason you want to be mentioned up here is because you need to start building that brand equity. Brand SEO is more important than ever, and we can't take it for granted. There's a lot of companies that think, well, just because I own a brand name, I'm going to automatically rank for my branding terms. That's not true. I come across cases all the time where brands don't rank for their own brand. But if you could expand your brand story, and begin to show up in a lot of these informational queries and associated with all of this other high top of funnel information within AI search, within featured snippets, within list results, it can help improve your brand quality. So as you can see, search is changing, right? This is just informational queries that we've made. As you go down, people also search for, they're starting bringing in product information. Now this is where we're going to move into the next type of intent, which is commercial or transactional queries. And this typically is where product or a merchant center listings will really shine. The goal here is to help users who are closer or ready to make that purchasing decision. And Google is seeing themselves not just as a search engine anymore, not just as an informational engine. So let's look at some queries that are more commercial or transactional. So iPhone 16 case, let's say you just bought a brand new phone and you want to buy a case. You're not seeing any blue links here, right? We've got the sponsored listings here. We've got a lot of different ways to filter down our search results. We can refine our results over here, but it looks a lot more like an Amazon shopping page than it does a search result. Below that, we've got the popular products. This is all organic. This is tied directly into Merchant Center. This is an area where SEOs maybe haven't thought as much about before because they were more focused like on earning these blue links, or maybe an article about the best iPhone case, which is down here. It's ranking 3, but it's well below the full, right? I've got to go past all these products. And if somebody's looking for a case, what do you think is going to be more visually appealing? All of these products with different styles they can start to choose from, or an article on the best case? Now, for me as a consumer, I'm more drawn to these product listings here. Knowing how to optimize these is extremely important for anybody in the e-commerce space. Then you've got Apple, you got Casely, some of the things here. And then look at this again. You've got 4 organic links and then another popular products. Now they call this one fast delivery. So now they're geo-targeting you as well. Look, they know where I'm at. They know how far these products are from me in case I actually want to buy it right now. This is a much more immersive shopping experience than anything we've seen prior. So if I'm an SEO for one of these companies, or I'm trying to help a company rank their new iPhone case in here, I'm going to be targeting these. And I'm going to make sure that I have really good pictures, that I've got strong product structured data, that my merchant feed is up to date, that I'm hitting all of these different cues here. I'm looking at the features and the pricing and the brand and how compatible is it with the new version of this device. All of these things matter. All of these things are things that I would be targeting and feeding into both the structured information with my JSON-LT, but also on those product pages and product feeds. Let's go to something else, a wooden token, right? You wouldn't think that this would be something really big. Same type of experience. We've got popular products here. We've got lots of different images showing up here. Now you've got first organic link, and then you've got the people also asked for, and then Google showing images. Now with the images, as we've known for years, products can be tied into images as well. Then Amazon's coming in here, and then we have more products. So as you can see, I've got 2 organic links. So you could be ranking in the top 10 for this page and be all the way down here. People aren't going to scroll as far down anymore because they want to engage with these products. They're already starting to let their creative juices get going by looking at the possibilities, just looking what's showing up in the search results. Let's take another one from a manufacturing industry. Carbon fiber sheets, same kind of thing we're seeing here, right? Popular products. We've got 3 organic listings. People also ask for a link for Amazon, and then deals. So if I'm running a deal, maybe this is something important, right? Making sure that I've got that information, again, on my website, in my merchant feed, in my structured data, that I'm not just trying to target and rank for those blue links. Now, lastly, we want to look at navigational intent. This is typically people looking for something in a specific location. You're going to see features like Google Maps. Other location-based websites typically will dominate here. So if I want to look for the best pizza place in Orlando, it's going to give me a result here for Orlando. TripAdvisor, still ranking number 1. They're doing a good job for a query like this, but then I'm getting the places, right? And the second I start to engage with my mouse, Google starts to be this really immersive experience. They've got these little pizza icons, right? This is a lot more of a fun experience than, your traditional maps listings. They're going to give me a couple of different options here. They're going to highlight some customer reviews. If I'm a pizza place, you better bet that I'm optimizing my Google business location, that I'm working on getting as many reviews as possible, that I'm adding in pricing information. All of these things are going to play a big role here. Then underneath that is discussion and forums. For whatever people are looking for good pizza and they want to talk about it online, Google thinks that that's important. Then we've got people also asked. Then we've got Reddit again. I mean, if you're a local business, the only chance you have is either getting listed on TripAdvisor or owning over here in the places section. So this is where I would be focused on. I honestly wouldn't care as much about these links down here because people probably aren't even going to click me. Like Vinny's probably feeling pretty good about his SEO ranking here. And same with Antica Pizzeria. These 2 companies are like, yeah, we're on the first page. Look how far down we are in the scroll. It's past halfway. This is basically not even being on the first page. All right, let's say I'm hungry and I want fast food quick. There's a couple interesting things here. It's going to give me a couple of locations near me. Us being in the Melbourne area, that's why it's pulling up here. It's showing knowledge graph brands right here. It's going to show the places again, a slightly different setup. Notice how important images are here. Look at the difference in these image qualities, right? I bet if I went over to places, the ones that had not as good images, like that's kind of a trashy image. That's why Hardee's is down there, right? Even this McDonald's is not as good. Look what Chick-fil-A does with their image. Look what Wendy's does with their images. That seems to be playing a big role, as well as, again, getting reviews, getting people here. Then you've got Yelp, TripAdvisor, DoorDash, some of the different ways that people are shopping for. But I would say the most important place would be up here. And lastly, let's say I need a dentist. Again, places is coming in. Again, these different icons play a big role. Reviews are going to play a big role. Making sure that you're optimized here. Finding a dentist. You have these from Delta Dentist, then you've got the dentist location, then a People Also Ask box, then a Yelp. You've really got to think about all these. As if I'm a dentist, I want to be on Yelp. I need to somehow be in this Find a Dentist by Delta Dentist. I need to make sure that I'm showing up in these places. These features are dominating search, and they're really pushing those blue links way down. They carry less weight, and it creates a whole new challenge for SEOs. We have to optimize for the entire search experience. So what does this mean? What does this shift mean for you? Well, it changes everything. It changes our strategy. It changes analysis, the types of media we need to focus on creating, and it makes businesses, it really forces them to be more creative and innovative. Before creating a strategy, you need to understand what's happening in the search results. What are those different SERP features that are ranking? What is the intent of that searcher? What are they trying to do? You need to take all that into account. It's not just about creating more content or more of the same content. Doing more of what got us here isn't going to help us necessarily move forward. We need to think about these things and start to approach it differently. Or if we can't, work with a partner that knows how. Then after you've built that strategy, you need to test, you need to measure, and you need to adapt as things go. You don't always have the time to wait. Things are changing so fast. If anybody's been tracking since the last few core updates, Google's been turbulent pretty much every day. Their search results are being customized more and more to end users. So this is where you need to keep up with these things and keep trying things and testing things. And again, if it's not something that you can do in-house, it may be time for you to hire somebody who can. And another big change is we have to change how we measure success. Traditional rank tracking isn't going to be the best metric of success. We need to look at how is our work impacting real business ROI? How are we increasing the visibility of the brand? How is search and these different features coming from search generating leads and revenue for the business? How is it impacting the end goal? Because as you see here in these different types of searches, we're seeing people across the funnel interacting with the search results in different ways. So this is why focusing on real business impact is going to be much better for those of you in the marketing industry or as an in-house marketing team to show your bosses what is working. And as business owners, we have to realize that rank tracking, which makes us feel good when it says, oh, we're position 1, 2, or 3, that may not mean the same thing it used to mean. So we need to see how we're ranking within the generative AI results. How are we ranking in product listings, in videos, and other formats that are also driving traffic? So there you have it. Google's evolving. Search continues to evolve. That is nothing new, but it's moving at a faster and faster rate. And today we have to optimize for more than just blue links. We have to broaden our approach and focus on the full search experience. That way we can reach our audience where they are within the right intent. So I really hope you learned something new today. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're always alerted when we publish something new. And one last thing, if your site has lost traffic recently and conversions are going down, it's impacting your business and you're not sure what to do next, head over to smamarketing.net and request a free consultation.